Veterans, quit wasting efforts on these VA claim strategies that are leading you nowhere. In this video, I'm going to be discussing what actually works for a flawless outcome in 2026 when it comes to your VA claims strategies. If you're new here, my name is Ruben Gaima. I am a combat veteran and the CEO of VA Claims Made Easy. I have no life the VA system so that you don't have to. Because remember, the VA is not the problem. Your lack of knowledge and the system is. And that's what we fix here on this channel. Let's get into the video. The fact of the matter is most veterans aren't losing their VA claims because they don't qualify or nothing happened to them. They're losing because they're wasting effort on strategies that feels productive but don't actually move the VA decision needle. See, in every single thing you do, you have to understand the 80-20 rules. 20% of the action that you take determine or creates 80% of the results that you're looking for. So in every endeavors that you go into, including the VA, you got to look at the higher leverage actions that you can take that is going to move you to where you need to be. And a lot of you guys are just not doing that. You're wasting time trying to do what these other individuals did to max their claim instead of focusing on what you need to do to max your claim. A lot of veterans go, they fill out forms, they upload records, they tell their stories, and then they wait. And then they're shocked when the decision letter comes back denied, underrated, or simply just incomplete. So by watching this video all the way to the end, you're going to learn exactly what you need to be focusing on. But more importantly, you're going to learn exactly what not to be focusing on. Why VA claim strategies are broken in 2026. The VA claim ecosystem is flooded with generic checklists, one-size-fits-all advices, YouTube tapes taken out of context, Facebook group myths, old rules that no longer apply cleanly. Veterans are told what to do, but really why it works, when it doesn't work, or what actually causes denial. As a result, a lot of veterans spend years working hard on the wrong things. So let's talk about the strategies that you do need to be focusing on. Strategy number one, you need to stop wasting effort on filing without understanding how the VA decides. Most veterans treat the VA like a human decision maker. It is not. The VA is a rules-based system that evaluates claims using their fixed framework. And as of 2026, these frameworks consist of four major factors. Factor number one is a current diagnosis. Factor number two is a service connection. Factor number three is a nexus, the medical link. Factor number four is severity based on the rating criteria. If any of those are weak or missing, your claims is going to fail or get underrated. Filling out forms without understanding this framework is literally like showing up to the gun range without a gun. You're just gonna be wasting time and just there for no reason. Strategy number two, veterans, listen to me. You guys need to stop wasting effort relying only on your service treatment record. This mistake is costing you guys so many years. Many veterans believe if it wasn't documented during my service, it didn't happen. That belief is factually wrong. The VA allows service connection through post-service medical evidence, medical opinion, lay statements, secondary conditions, aggravation of pre-existing conditions. Service treatment records are helpful, but they're not the all and be all. You can still file your claim even though it wasn't on your service treatment record. Do not let anyone lie to you about that. What is required is a current diagnosis, a medical explanation connecting the condition to your service. Veterans who stop here because STRs are thin or missing are quitting early and they're sitting on benefits that they already earned and deserve. So do not let that hold you back. Strategy number three, you guys need to stop wasting effort on the kitchen sink claims. This is when you just claim everything at once. Filing claims for every aches, every symptoms, every conditions you've ever experienced. It feels proactive and it feels like you're doing things, but in reality, it's often weakening your positions. Why? Because the VA evaluates each conditions independently. The VA also requires evidence for each one and does not connect the dot across unrelated claims. When you flood the claims with weak or unprepared conditions, you actually increase the chances of your denial. You create noise that distracts from your stronger claims, and you slow down the entire VA claims process for you. Precision beats volume, always. I need you guys to remember that. Precision beats volume. File for your high level claims, your high value claims, and collect those, get that service connections, and this is going to set you up later on down the line for your secondary conditions or for you to file other new claims. Hold up, real quick, vets. YouTube tells me that 93.8% of you guys are watching the video but not subscribing. That's like my ex-girlfriend wanting all my VA benefits but not committing to me. Come on, man. You know, I put a lot of work, a lot of sweat into these videos. So if it's bringing value to you, just hit the subscribe button. It literally takes nothing from you, but it tells YouTube that what we're doing here at VA Claims Made Easy is actually helping the community, so they promote and push to more veterans. And ultimately, that's our goals. So go ahead and take the time out right now. Just subscribe to the channel. Strategy number 4, you guys need to stop wasting effort or energy on assuming the VA will figure it out. This is one of the most dangerous assumptions that a veteran can have when it comes to filing their claims. Listen to me clearly when I say this, guys. The VA does not infer intent, the VA does not connect dots, and the VA does not assume causation at all. If you do not explicitly show how the conditions begin, how it's related to service, and how it affects functional now, the VA will assume it does not immediately. They're not there to give you an attaboy. They're there to make sure you check all the blocks. And if you don't check the blocks, you're out of here, buddy. You are what I say when I say you're cooked. You are absolutely cooked. Well done, filet mignon. This is why the nexus letters and structure lay evidence matters so much. You're not telling a story, you're building a case. Strategy number 5, you guys need to stop wasting effort on minimalizing symptoms out of pride. So many vets minimalize their symptoms because we're trained to just keep pushing. You know, you break your leg and you're just like, I get a new leg or something, and you just keep going. That's not the case, guys. Don't think about yourself. You need to leave pride at the door. Pride is the ruin of great men. You need to leave it at the door, because what you're sitting on is benefits that can actually help you and your family. You guys serve your country, you serve in the military. Some of y'all did insane things like me, crazy things that, I didn't even used to think human beings was capable of doing some of the things I would be doing. I'd just be like, damn, I'm actually doing this. That's crazy. So if you've gone through all of that and it's left damages on you, why would you suck it up as you're transitioning out? You've earned it. Go and get it. If you're not doing it for you, do it for your family, because you open so much doors when you get all your benefits. You build a foundation that you can allow to get to the position where your kids might not need to go and join the service. I know we're all prideful, we all love America, but think about it. You got to start thinking on the grander scale. The rich, the affluents, their kids are not joining the military. What are they doing? They're the one making these decisions to send your kids to go to fight these wars. So a lot of you vets need to stop minimalizing your symptoms. Stop pushing through the pain. Stop downplaying your limitations, and stop avoiding the complaining. I know it's hard, and in everything we were trained to do, we're trained to just suck it up. But for this one, you actually have to speak and articulate your conditions so that the VA understand. Understand that the VA is not going to rate how tough you are. They're going to rate on the functional impairments. If you say, I manage, I'm used to it, it's not that bad, you're literally telling the VA the conditions does not meet a higher rating criteria, I'm okay. That's literally what you're saying. This isn't humility, it's self-sabotage. If you're filing for a claim, file for the claim. Don't go in there and try to be tough at the CMB exam, even though you've gone through months and months of getting all these evidence, doing all this work. File for the claim. Actually follow through. Strategy number 6, stop wasting effort on ignoring your lay statement. Lay statement is not optional in 2026, guys. It's very important. It's your personal story. A statement can be from you, your spouse, your co-worker, fellow veterans or battle buddies, and even from your workplace. And what it does is it establishes onset, culinarity, severity, functional impact, and when you use it correctly, your lay evidence can fill in the gap that the medical records cannot. So when you ignore that, those gaps becomes even bigger and the VA denies you. Strategy number 7, you guys need to stop wasting effort on letting the VA control the timeline. The VA is reactive by default. If you miss deadlines, delay evidence submission, wait till respond, you lose momentum, back pay, and leverage. Winning veterans, they track deadlines, they submit evidence early, they control the pace. Time, discipline matter, guys. In everything we did in the military, we understood that. We move with a sense of urgency. You need to file your claim with a sense of urgency as well. Strategy number 8, stop wasting effort on walking into the CMP exam unprepared. CMP exams are not casual conversations. They're medical, legal evaluations, direct input into rating decisions. Often the deciding factor is in the severity of the condition. So you lose a lot of traction if you just go in there talking about all your good days, failing to explain how the FAROS is affecting you, not understanding the rating criteria, assuming the examiner knows your history. They do not care. Again, I'm gonna say it, you're probably one of 100 that they gotta see that day. Preparation here is not optional. Go in there knowing exactly what you're going in there for, what your conditions are, and how to convey that to the examiner. And I promise you, it's gonna save you so much time, so much energy when you just do it one time and you're done and you can move on to building your life outside of the military. So what actually works in 2026? From all my experience, winning veterans do the following things consistently. Diagnosis first, building service connections intentionally second, using medical authority, your nexus letters third, and translating symptoms into the VA rating language fourth, submitting structured lay evidence fifth, preparing for the exam sixth, and controlling their timeline seventh. This doesn't have to be complicated, it's just strictly discipline. And this is the exact execution shift that's going to change everything for you. So stop asking, what should I file? And start asking, what evidence moves the VA to grant at the correct percentage? Every document should answer that question. If it doesn't, don't submit it. Don't waste effort on it and don't rely on it. Execution beats emotions every single time. Why this matter long term? Our properly built claims protect against reductions, set you up for an increase, create leverage for secondaries, and move you towards 100% PNT, reduces stress and uncertainty at the same time. A poor built claims creates endless appeals, years of waiting, financial instability, and eventually burnout, structures, and chaos every single time. So listen guys, if you are below 90%, you need to understand this. You're not behind, you were just never thought the system. Once you understand it and you stop wasting effort on broken strategies, you can stop fighting the VA emotionally and start winning mechanically. As always, if this video brought you value, share it with another veteran that you know is going to bring value to as well. Do not forget to take a look at this video and this one. They're equally going to bring you as much value. My name is Ruben Gaima. I am the CEO of VA Claims Made Easy. I'll see you guys in the next one.